Why is it necessary to know your purpose? That is our topic for today. Knowing our purpose provides direction, fulfillment, and a sense of meaning in life. Without it, we might feel lost or unfulfilled. And again, that Proverbs that states that many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Understanding that our true purpose aligns with God's plan can guide our choices and actions more effectively. Now, I always had a sense of what my purpose in life was. I knew I would be working with women in some kind of advocacy setting. Over the years, I pursued various roles, collaborating with women, either independently or as an official in my church. Heck, even in my career. Even though I fulfilled my responsibilities well, I never truly felt I was operating in my purpose zone. Honestly, I never even thought about working my purpose zone. I was good at doing what I did, and that was that. But then the pandemic hit, and my life took an unexpected turn. During that challenging time, the methodology of my purpose was finally realized and revealed. I realized that I would indeed continue working with and advocating for women, but now I understood my why. Listen, knowing your why changes everything. The why is the foundation of your purpose. For a long time, I was focused on the what to do and how to do it. I did a lot of things, but anyone can just do things. What truly defines purpose is aligning the reason for what you're doing with God's divine plan. My experience during the pandemic became the catalyst for leveling up with my true purpose. I wasn't consciously seeking a purposeful life. That's the truth. I never even thought about purpose per se. And like I said earlier, I am skilled at many things and had been content with my well-paying career. My focus was on paying my bills, taking care of my family, share and donate my time and resources here and there, but I never thought about purpose. It was during the global pandemic that I felt a shift. I had to shift. After I lost my career, I decided to become intentional about living for God. I wasn't even thinking about the term purpose. Instead, I simply turned to God and said, okay, all right, God, you've got my attention. I'm all ears. Now, of course, that wasn't said out loud. It was more of a defiant grumble. Yet God is loving. He welcomes even our stubborn surrenders. What mattered was my willingness to yield to Him. God used the pandemic to fully capture my attention, and from that labor, a new chapter was born. I can honestly say that today I live my kingdom purpose working with women as a mental health, life, and Enneagram coach. See, Romans 8:28 states that, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to his purpose. This verse assures that according to God's purpose, that this verse, if we live according to God's purpose, it brings everything that is good together. Even in circumstances where it seems he's not with us, God is working it out for our good and for his glory. If you're familiar with the story of Joseph, the coat of many colors, it's the perfect example of how God uses our difficult situations to reveal his glory. Joseph's brother placed him in a pit and then sold him into slavery. Then his master's wife lied about him, leading to his imprisonment. Even in jail, Joseph helped a fellow inmate who promised to put in a good word for him once he's released, but the inmate forgot about Joseph for another 2 years. Joseph's life was living hell. And despite having many reasons to be bitter, Joseph's night of deliverance came when the king had a dream that no one could interpret except this slave prisoner. Y'all, interpreting the king's dream, Joseph was instantly promoted to second in command, only reporting to Pharaoh the king. He eventually reunited with his family, and at first his brothers didn't recognize him as the governor of Egypt and bowed before him. Now listen. Hear this. Sometimes when you shift to God's purpose in your life, you might become unrecognizable. Would you be okay with that? Joseph later declared to his contrite siblings that what the devil meant for harm, God worked out for their good. The family moved to Egypt and had food to eat during the famine, and all was okay for a while. Joseph's journey through his own pandemic experience was truly a divine purpose assignment. Dr. Miles Monroe said that if we do not know the purpose of a thing, we will inevitably abuse it. When Joseph shared his dream with his brothers, where they bowed down to him, they resented him instead of seeking from God the divine meaning behind the dream. They hated him for it. They didn't see the purpose in it. What does it look like for us when we are misaligned with our purpose? 1, we misuse our talents and resources. When we don't understand our purpose, we may misuse the talents and resources we've been given. For example, consider someone who has a natural talent for leadership. Without understanding their true purpose, they might use their leadership skills for selfish gain rather than to inspire and uplift. When we don't know our purpose, we experience lack of fulfillment. Purpose provides a sense of fulfillment and direction. When we are uncertain of our purpose, we might drift aimlessly, feeling unfulfilled despite achieving worldly success. You might have seen people who seem to have it all, but still feel an eternal void. Thirdly, when we don't know our purpose, we make harmful choices. Without a clear purpose, we may engage in activities or relationships that are harmful to us and others. If we do not recognize our inherent value and worth, we might settle for situations that demean or devalue us. The book of Proverbs says, where there is no vision, the people perish. And lastly, to emphasize what happens when we do not know our purpose, we go through emotional and spiritual turmoil. Misunderstanding our purpose can lead to emotional and spiritual unrest, y'all. When we don't align our lives with God's purpose for us, we may experience inner conflict and dissatisfaction. Say, if you use a hammer to turn a screw, not only will you fail, but you may also damage both the hammer and the screw. It's the same thing with us. Similarly, when we live outside of our God-given purpose, we might find ourselves not only ineffective, but also damaging to ourselves and others. And that wraps us up for today's discussion, guys. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, please check out our Pursuing Your Kingdom Purpose playlist for more insights. As you go about your week, I entreat you to take some time to reflect on any area of your life where the purpose feels unclear. Go to God in prayer and share any revelation or insights that you may gain in the comments below. Your journey could very well inspire others. And in our next video, we'll share the topic, how to find your purpose. I'm excited about that one, and I know you are too. So until then, ponder this. What steps can you take today to align more closely to your divine purpose? Stay purpose-driven, y'all.